welcome into episode 40 of Rhymer on the Road. We've hit a milestone, and I've got a couple of facts that about our trip that I want to share with you that I think are kind of eye-opener. They were to me, and we'll get your opinion on them, but you have to wait till the end of this video for that. We have crested 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel and over 30,000 views of the videos, which is kind of cool because, again, the purpose of us doing it is for us personally to document our story, but so we have it for years and years and years, but it's also to inspire people to get out and travel around certain parts of the country.
Explore this great country of ours.
So we appreciate that, and if you like the videos and subscribe, it just amplifies it. It gets it to more people, so take the time to do that. We would greatly appreciate it. Also, we'd appreciate you going to Rhymer on the Road on Instagram, right?
That's right.
And you got to get on it.
I got to get on it. I've slowed down a little bit after the holidays. I got to get back into the tour mode.
All right, that's the pressure. You now have the pressure because it's on the video. Leo back here, which I don't know that you can see Leo. He's headed to the vet today. A lot of people have been asking how he's doing. We have a follow-up appointment with him today. So we'll keep you updated in a future episode on Leo and making sure he's still doing great. But we always let you know where we're headed to next, which is...
We're going to a new state.
Oh, that's right. It's new state.
New state. We're getting out of California. We're heading to Tucson, Arizona.
All right. Tucson, Arizona. We are leaving California. It's been a while. We've been in California for a long time, but we will be back to California.
We will be back.
So we're not leaving it forever.
This is a fun detour to go see some family.
Yeah. And
so we're excited.
And the family just happened to be in a pretty warm area, too. So that's not a bad deal. As if you're watching this in real time, this will be the beginning of February when we hit Tucson, Arizona. So that will come in a future episode. But in this episode, episode 40, it's all about Newport, California and that area. So let's get right to it. Roll the tape. We've been doing this now for over 200 days, but this campground in Newport Dunes, California was one of the biggest challenges and certainly one of the tightest back ends we've had. That's the gap that we have between the back of alley and our fence here. So you can just see we had to back this thing in to literally right up against this fence and the shrubbery that's on the side of the fence. And so you can see when you look at our fence line, you know, we have extra room, and so we maybe could have pulled in and angled in here a little bit better and not had to go so far back. But because this pole and this one really didn't mess with us, but it was this pole here that was kind of there to protect the electricity and the water and all that kind of stuff. It just impacted our slide out, and you know, when we backed in a couple times, we were too close to this pole, so we had to move over and move over. So by moving over and over, we created less room on the other side of the rig. So it's just a really, really, really tight site for 35-foot rig. So here's the other side, the back area. You can see on that end we're all the way up to the fence. Here we had a little bit of room left, but even then when the slide came out, our livable space was very, very small. In fact, we ended up just moving the picnic table and setting it up against the fence because we knew we weren't going to sit outside anyway. When you're coming to back in, you know, I was having to factor in all of this stuff on the other side of this road, and so it just, your margin of error, the margin of error was very, very tight in getting alley into this. It certainly is the tightest site we've been on. And again, we gave them the fact that we were 35 feet. I mean, it's not like we tried to sign up for something that we couldn't fit into. Okay, so here are a couple of examples of what I was explaining. Here's an empty site that, you know, it's not small, but you know, it's not huge. But you'll notice this pole, because of the fence, you would think, all right, we've got room because the fence is way over there, but yeah, but the pole is here and your power and water are there, so that really reduces your livable space. So you can see if you have a small rig like this guy here, you know, he fits in there pretty good. He's got room in front to park, you know, room enough to do what you need to do in terms of your living space. And then you can see the motorhome, who's just like packed into the gills here, and you know, their vehicle, even though he's inside the red lines, he's right on it. And that's because, you know, the sights are just so tight. It just is an example of sometimes when you think you're getting 35 feet, yeah, you might be getting 35 feet, but you're not factoring in all these variables when you back in, and you're not factoring in sometimes in some campgrounds some of the obstructions that can prevent you from adjusting your rig how you need to get it in there for livable space. But it's a first world problem. It's been a good stay here, great view. You can see the waterway over top over there, and you know, we have survived.
I can't do nothing with you.
So there's childhood home where Richard Nixon was born. He's actually born in that room right there. And his dad, when they bought the property, planted this tree, 1912. It's still here. I can't do nothing with you. I can't do nothing with you.
Things go always good for you, but when you take some knocks, because only if you've been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be highest mountain.
Two vastly different vehicles parked side by side. You got the Beast, diesel, 350, and then of course the electric car beside us. Very cool contrast. Okay, packing up here in Newport Dunes area of Newport Beach in California. It is a travel day, and you saw where we were very tight on this spot, in this camping spot. But I would say that this campground had a really cool feature, and this is Newport Dunes RV Park and Resort. It had a saltwater cove that was part of the park, and a marina as well, but of course we didn't use the marina. And it really was a great place to walk, and I'm sure in the summer it's just crazy busy with all the amenities they have here, kayaks and paddle boards and all that kind of stuff. But it was relatively quiet for us, obviously, here in January. But it was a great place to walk, Leo, catch up on podcasts, listen to music, whatever you do when you like to walk. And it kind of broke the monotony of walking around a campground and, you know, just seeing the same rigs every day. So I would say that while the particular camp sites were teeny tiny for our size RV, I definitely thought the Saltwater Cove area was awesome and really added a nice touch for our stay here at Newport Dunes. Okay, there you go, episode 40, Newport, California. And as I mentioned in the opening, since this is a nice round figure, 40 of episodes, I thought I would throw out a couple of stats to you about our trip since we've left to see which one you think is kind of the craziest of the two stats. And I think they're both crazy, really, but which one you think is crazier. So we've been on the road for about 215 days or so as we record this. We are averaging per day, if you take the number of days we've traveled versus the number of miles we've gone in the Beast, we're traveling at right at 105 miles per day if you average everything out. Right? So that's one of them.
Okay.
The other one is that we have been in the truck, if you take the number of hours that we've been in the truck driving from point A to point B and all around, we have been in the truck an equivalent of 28 total days, which is 13% of our trip. So basically 13% of the time, and that includes sleeping, eating, going outdoors, has been in the truck. So which one is more surprising to you?
Oh, I mean, maybe the average miles done, because I feel like we are in the truck a good bit. So that's not necessarily surprising, just from exploring, doing a lot of the scenic routes and stuff. So I'd say the miles.
Yeah, the miles was pretty shocking to me, but I guess the one that got me a little bit more is to think that we spent an equivalent of 28 full days in the truck. I think that goes to show how important it is to get the right tow vehicle if you're going to be pulling a camper.
Or even a towed if you're pulling the car.
That's right, because you're spending so much time in that vehicle. And again, we spent 13% of our trip inside of the truck. So sometimes maybe spending a little bit more money on getting the niceties. You know, we have heated seats and air-conditioned seats, and we have the long bed, which basically ensures we don't have to worry about jackknifing our truck. Some of the things that we spent a little bit more on the truck, I think, have probably been worth it because of so much time that we're spending in the truck.
I could see that. Now, and in talking about the long bed, which is great for pulling, it's a big truck, and so we have run into issues sometimes finding parking. We have to be a little bit more selective on where we're parking, and sometimes there's not many options. So just something to consider when you're in some of these smaller towns, downtown parking areas that just aren't, garage parking does not normally work for us.
Presidential Library, the Nixon Library, different than the Reagan one, but I still thought was extremely interesting, and you kind of hinted to this in the last episode. Had some quotes that so many years later we could all still be learning from.
56 years ago, he made a quote that I actually posted on Instagram, or maybe I only did it on Facebook. I can't remember, but it definitely resonated with today's times.
Also, Newport Beach area was cool. We've just kind of meandered our way down the coastline. I think probably we'll remember this stop as much for the campground as anything else, because it was tight getting in there, as you saw in the video.
It was tight, and we had read reviews saying it was tight. It was a nice campground. The location was great, but it was tight. And, a lot of big rigs in there, but a lot of big rigs also overhanging on the road. Just shows you that it needs to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and that's Newport Dunes.
Newport Dunes, yes.
Is the campground. One thing that we didn't show in the video, and I think it's important to know, we've noticed that a couple of times now that we're kind of near bigger cities. We're also in the flight path of John Wayne Airport, and at 7 a.m. every morning, the plane started coming.
They started. It was constant. And so if that's going to bother you, you're not going to like it there.
No.
It wasn't, I think you kind of got to a point where you sort of got used to it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
The good news is it didn't start until 7 a.m., but it was one after the other coming from John Wayne Airport.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's a wrap. Episode 40 of Reimer on the Road. Make sure, again, that you like and subscribe to the channel so that we can pay it forward and show people what we're doing. Looking forward to hitting Arizona, seeing some family, and we'll have all of that and more on an upcoming episode. But don't forget, everybody, it's Ann and Scott. Do it today.